Welcome, lads and lasses, to Dan Ventures Out. Today we are visiting one of Australia's most iconic places, the Great Rock known as Uluru. We see native Aboriginal art, amazing rock formations, heaps of the Red Desert, and spend the day walking around the whole of Uluru. Join me for this majestic adventure in the heart of Australia. And just as a reminder to please like, comment and subscribe to Dan Ventures Out to see more from me. Now without further ado, let's get to it. There behind me. We're gonna walk around it soon. Gotta get our sunscreen on because it is gonna be sunny. That is Uluru behind me. Going along this little track here, the bathrooms, before we start on our trek around the base of Uluru. Set to take about 3 hours to get the whole way around, so yeah, we're gonna start that soon. Well, I decided to change shirts into something lighter with long sleeves. These buildings are made from stone with straw roofs. That's so cool. I know in the hot months it can get up to, I think it's 36 or towards 40 degrees Celsius out here, so like it is hot. Today it's still pretty hot because there's very little wind, but it's gonna only be maxing out at 26, so hopefully it's not gonna be too hot for me. It is massive. It is just huge. We're all set up, plenty of water, a couple of snacks, and we're gonna start our loop around Ayers Rock. You can see here we've got a fence right on the edge of the rock, like literally 2 or 3 meters away from the rock, and we can walk the whole way around it. I believe from this kind of distance, like quite close to the rock. It's really cool. Just up here, just up there, you can see a light kind of area. And I remember my grandmother saying that she's walked up Ayers Rock many moons ago, so we're wondering if that might be where they used to climb up the rock. It's no longer allowed. Oh, pretty cool. I was curious about how the rock of Uluru was formed, and I just looked it up because that's what you do. And it says Uluru Rock is composed of a coarse granulated sandstone rich in the mineral feldspar. I'll put it on screen. And it's very similar to granite, or composed largely of granite. There you go. There's your fact for Uluru. We're at a point here where Uluru is so close that I can touch it. So there you go. I have touched Uluru. Here's another fun fact. Uluru is 3.6 kilometers wide, and 2.4 kilometers long, and has a circumference of 9.6 kilometers. So it is a big rock, and it is apparently the largest sandstone monolith in the world. Another cool fact about Uluru is that it's more like an iceberg, to which it is about 7 times the size of this underground. It's only 1/8 of it is actually visible. So it is massive, absolutely massive. Yeah, there's all holes in it, alright. There's a ton of flies. Whoo, fly, too many fly. Just looking at big old Uluru over here. Taking plenty of photos and the like, of course, because it is rather majestic. Damn flies. Ah, there's a bit of shade on this side of the rock. That is beautiful. Feels like, I don't know, 10 degrees cooler here. Very nice. This side of it's cool. It's partially in the shade over here because there's so much of a curve like that. The sun isn't shining on it yet. Well, it appears there's a few spots along Uluru that you're not allowed to film or take photos of. This particular one's a sacred site. I assume there'll be another sign to tell me. There we go. We've got our authority to film sign here. The rock here is quite nice. It's coloured with a bit of black. It's a bit bright, but just in that spot there, it's all dark. And we know from one of our other tours here that that dark colour is a sign of the water coming down the rock, where it's getting mossy, and that's probably what it is, which is pretty cool. Nice and shaded. More shade. Pretty nice. Got a little camping hole apparently. Natives would camp in there for a few days near the watering holes around Uluru. Oh, there's a whole bunch of rock art here. Got some of others here too. Well, that is pretty cool.
Imagine that.
Oh, some nice rock art. Haven't seen anything up that close. Nice. Oh, there's stuff in the sand too. There's some markings in the sand as well. I don't know if that's just... maybe that's just some random person, but, you know, I'm not sure.
And they have funny legs.
This is a watering hole where they used to come and collect their water as they were doing the hunting. Just over here is where the watering hole was. I've got along a really tall part of it here. It's still a bit toasty, even though it's not that hot. Oh, really close to it here. You can go off to it here. And touch it. And it's almost straight up. Look at that. Nice, Uluru, nice. It's so high. Fantastic, it is fantastic. Here we're almost under a little awning. It curves in a lot here. You can see. I tried to get as close as I could without stepping on the rock itself. It's just so many beautiful sights. It's just majestic. But there's this big sandstone rock in the middle of, like, I mean, we're practically in the desert here, right? Beautiful. And we're in the shade of the rock right now, which is really nice. It's so much cooler. That is a cool, I'm gonna call it a cave, it's that big. Cut out stone there, scattered around the ground. It's like something big came along and just run their claws through the mountain there. Look at the little creek here. It's probably coming down from the water, running down the rock there, making this little creek. There's a whole bunch of water tracks, we assume, where the rain has eroded the rock, and then you've got lines coming down the mountain there next to our stream we were talking about a minute ago. We've got a tiny little lean-to here for shelter. It's not much taller than me, and it's again made out of the chicken wire and straw and wood. Nice little shanty, that one. Holy dooly, it's pretty toasty. There's practically zero wind out here. But the sun is still really, really bright, beaming down on us. Being that it's only supposed to be 26 today at the max, I couldn't even imagine how hot it'd be out here in the middle of summer. It would be hot. Anyway, we're nearing the halfway point, we think, so might have a little break there, I think, and continue our way around Uluru. What do we see?
Beautiful, with the greenery in front, the shade of the tree and the water coming down the rock face there.
Ah, lovely.
Beautiful.
More little dig outs of the mountain here. And we're getting kind of close to the corner, which we think will be the halfway point where they have water facilities and that kind of thing. Yeah, it'd be nice to have a little break and cool down a bit here. I had to modify my hat so that it blocks the sun at the best angle. But yes, we're walking out a little bit here, following the track. You see Uluru very beautifully behind us. So we're close to halfway. These look like the halfway dunnies, and there's a little shelter just up ahead. We're gonna head to unchill for a minute or 2 or 20. Well, we have another sensitive site sign here. I know on this side of Uluru you're not allowed to take any photos for almost half the kind of lap around, so if that's the case, I'm going to put my camera down and I'll pick it up again when I'm allowed to record. Well, it looks like we can record again here, so I'm going to follow the sign and say that we're allowed to, which is good because it's looking pretty nice out here. It's pretty hot on this side of Uluru. Hot, hot, hot. There's no real tree cover either, so there's no real shade. This is out past Uluru. Pretty close to desert. If you have a look at that indentation in the rock there, it almost looks like a skull to me. Side face skull. It's absolutely boiling. My head is very hot. Still making our way around. I'm trying to walk in the shade of the trees behind me here as much as possible. It's still pretty. Admittedly, the other side is much nicer. It's got a lot more texture to it. Lots more colour. The side's like the short end of the rock kind of thing. So it's a bit flatter, less steep. Cut in the rock there. Almost looks like a pair of lips. Ah, we got another sign here. Once again, I'll pull the camera down for now and I'll jump back on again when I can. We're back into film zones here, it seems like, so you can get a view of all this. Just behind us here there's a little bridge inside the rocks, so we're gonna go that way quickly. Oh, this walk is hard. I should have brought more water. Anyway, we'll struggle on. This little cutout here is called the kitchen cave, or that word. You can walk inside this one. We're inside Uluru. That's different. Stay here for a couple of minutes with the cool rock, I think. Another spot where you can walk up into the rocks here. More rock paintings here. This is the old people's cave. It is very short. I don't know why it's for the old folk. I don't know how they'd get in there. Another no photo sign from here, so I'll have to put the camera away. Camera going down. It's not been 100 meters and we're allowed to take video again. Don't know what that one was. We will continue on our little stroll. cave here. This one's the men's cave. Bloody flies keep coming around. Got a heap more indigenous paintings under here, and apparently this rock is the teaching cave, so kind of like a school, I suppose. Oh, nice, some birds in the trees. Oh boy, oh boy, you can see the car park. What a walk. The molehill. It is a type of mole. Well, there you go. Well, it's been 3 hours and 35 minutes and we made it to the car park again. That was a long, arduous journey around Uluru. Very beautiful nonetheless. Now I need to fill up waters and rest up. Oh well, got a cold water. It was a long walk, but very nice. Just on my way to the bathrooms and setting up the dinner tables here. You can book a Uluru side dining experience. It's way too expensive for us, but it'd be a cool experience to see. If you're ever out at Uluru, come on over, go for the walk. I would suggest probably stopping at the halfway point, because that was the most beautiful part of it for sure. The one side of the mountain is pretty much just like a desert track and there's nothing much to see really. But still, we've done it. We've walked the whole way around Uluru. Tick that off the list. Anyway, bloody funny. Thanks for joining me. Please like, comment and subscribe to Dan Ventures Out to see more from me. I'll catch yous on the flip side. I'll meet yous there.